Hello, dear students. I hope that all of you are fine and okay. Everything is pretty much calm and smooth, and you guys are really enjoying the life that you're living. So, in the previous lecture, we talked about feminism and we introduced it a little bit. And in this lecture, we are going to relate feminism to Creating India. Firstly, let's talk about Bapsi Sidhwa, the author of Creating India. Bapsi Sidhwa is one of the most renowned writers from South Asia. She belongs to India, Pakistan, and the United States of America, uh, but she calls herself a Punjabi Pakistani Parsi writer. Punjabi Pakistani Parsi writer. Clear? Um, she has written five novels, and in all her five novels, you will find autobiographical features. Clear? Like most of her novels are actually um, they are roaming around the life of Bapsi Sidhwa. Um, or you can say that her life experiences have been vital, important sources to create novels that she has written. Clear? Um, an important aspect of her novels is that she um, mostly focuses on women's issues, right? Um, she condemns the conventional social structure, condemns the conventional, the hierarchical social structure, um, the hypocrisy, the double standard norms, and oppression of women and children. Uh, she actually needs a radical change. Needs a radical change. Uh, a radical change of thought, um, a radical change of society. She wants to restructure the society to create a world that is governed by justice and equality. She raises her voice to change the status of women not only in India and Pakistan but around the world to assure women's rights. Um, Bapsi Sidhwa is not feminist. She's not feminist, but her writings reveal that she desires women's empowerment. Clear? You will find a quest for women's empowerment in Bapsi Sidhwa's novels, right? Um, and that is the reason that she has in her novel she has created the women characters with more power to become autonomous, leaving behind the traditional customs of the society. Clear? Um, if we talk about Creaking India, so the women character Aya, sorry, her name is Shanta. One second. Shanta, uh, who is an Aya. Clear? Um, she's a strong woman, Claire, um, but she passes from lots of troubles, um, before partition and after partition. Clear? Um, Aya is a woman who wished uh, to affirm independence and autonomy, and is perfectly capable of assuming new roles and responsibilities. Clear? And Sidhwa expects all her women protagonists to evolve as independent women, as new women. Um, Sidhwa uh, presents the historical truth about the Hindu Muslim problems from a Parsi perspective. Clear? Um, the novel Cracking India, it portrays the impact of partition on the lives on the lives and the bodies of women. Clear? Impact of partition on the bodies of women. Um, we know that men consider their women as their properties, and their family honor is attached to women. Clear? So if women do something against the will of men, uh, men consider it to be something against their honor or a spot on their honor. Um, During the occasions like war, um, riots, and partition of lands, many men took advantages of the women of their opponents, and they uh, raped them, they murdered them. Clear? In the time of partition of Pakistan and India. Um, Sidhwa reveals how women have been doubly colonized in her novel. Clear? Like, firstly, they were colonized by the Britishers, and then by the men in their families, in their country, in their regions, right? Um, Aya or Shanta is the best example of double victimization, right? Aya as an example of double victimization. Clear? So she is doubly victimized because before partition, she has been considered as an object of attraction by many Muslims and non-Muslim men, and in the post-partition period, she becomes a prey to the carnal lust of men. Clear? Prey to the carnal lust of men. Like, she has nothing with herself except uh, making money by using her body as a dancing woman in the Hira Mandi of Lahore. Um, she is identified with Indian nation, um, like the way India has been enslaved by the British for years and handed over to the Indians who belongs to different religions, values, and languages. The same was the case with Aya. She was firstly with Muslims, Hindus, um, Sikh, and other communities, and they used her, and then all the things like actually turned over. Um, Aya does not only represent herself, but uh, Aya represents please ignore the spellings. Aya represents not only herself but also um, Hindu, Muslim, uh, and minority women. Like she represents all of them, all those women who have been sexually abused and cut into pieces. Um, like their honor has been cut into pieces, their prestige, their virginity, their bodies, and many other things, right? Um, but still, we see Aya as a strong woman. Sidhwa never shows her weak. Clear? Um, Aya survives with determination. Uh, she reaches after a lot of struggle. She reaches her native place, Amritsar. Clear? Lenny, who is the narrator, she represents Aya in many ways, in many aspects. Clear? Sidhwa chooses Lenny to tell the story, like she wants to tell the story through the eyes of a 9-year-old um, girl, Lenny, who has witnessed the social and political realities of the Indian subcontinent before the partition and after the partition, right? Um, in Sidhwa's novel, we find the women as young, energetic, and determinant. Clear? They are determinant, right? The women are determinant. They are strong. Each woman in her novel is a representative of the uh, upcoming new and brave society of women. Clear? Um, she wants to generate women who have self confidence and independent thinking. Clear? Um, their role is to become role models for the upcoming women of the society. Clear? Um, Aya again is the victim. Like she is brave, that's for sure, but she's also the victim of patriarchal oppression, right? Aya is the victim of patriarchal oppressions. Clear? Um, like some of the patriarchal characteristics that Bapsi Sidhwa exposes in her novel is the like depriving women of education, depriving women from education, um, uh, child marriages. There's child marriage, refusal of remarrying widows, like the problems of widows are also there. Dowry is there, like the problem of dowry, like forced prostitution, insistence on covering their face, like the parda, forcing it, strict dress code, uh, not having the right of choosing life partner, um, just confining women to the four walls of their houses, and above all, the denial of identity and individuality for them, right? Um, If we talk about patriarchy, it is obviously characterized by male domination and male power. Clear? Um, Patriarchal thinking actually shapes the values of a particular place, of a particular culture. Um, and most of the time the elder women also are part of that patriarchy, like you अपने अपने मुआशरे में अपनी सोसाइटी में देखा होता है कि ये जो बूढ़ी औरतें होती हैं they also act like males. So because that patriarchy, they have actually absorbed that patriarchy. um, तो फिर यही women जो होती हैं they are made the guardians of patriarchy. Why? Because they can teach the same obedience and subordination to the young women, sorry, in order to adjust them into that system in which they have adjusted themselves, right? If you see godmother in Cracking India, uh, she's the same stereotype figure who prefers the limitations um to women, um, and she forces, not she doesn't force Aya, but she actually uh, convinces Aya to adjust with her oppressors and to continue her life as a converted Muslim wife, right? So this patriarchal system actually stops the movement of women. They stop female to move, and they are then confined to the four walls and boundaries of their houses. Clear? Um, like this social persecution makes women psychologically weak, and it also prevents them from being aware of the outside world. um, like women alone has to suffer a lot to the hand of male. Clear? Many South Asian writers, uh, they expose how men have been exploiting women and girl children just to satisfy their carnal desires, and how women are made as sacrificial goats, like the scapegoats, sorry, to uh, to fulfill their desires, um, in many ways. Like if we talk about Pashtun culture, so there's a system of swara. What is swara? You all already know it, but those who don't know, it's actually the exchange system. Like if a brother kills someone, so his sister has to marry uh, in the family where her brother has killed. Clear? So this exchange, so why a female is actually sacrificing, that's actually the injustice, and feminism is actually against it. Bapsi Sidhwa is against it, and she talks about these injustices in her Cracking India particularly, and in all her novel as well. Clear? um, we But the best part of Sidhwa is that she shows that women are marginalized, but her woman is not the one who succumbs to her destiny. No, she stands and she revolts. Clear? If we talk about Aya, Aya is physically victimized, uh, but she also has a degree of control over man. Clear? Aya has um, has a degree of control over man. clear. um, she is uh, influential. She can very uniquely influence the man around her, clear. uh, and that influence comes from uh, her beauty. She's very beautiful lady. um, she physically appeals to men. Her natural beauty and sensuality attract man, and it influences them, clear. um, like ये लेनी जो है uh, ये जब रास्ते से गुज़रती है जो तो वो फ़कीर जिनके हाथों में मतलब बर्तन होते हैं, तो इसको देख के उनकी हाथों से बर्तन गिर जाते हैं। इसी तरह जो रिलीजियस पीपल होते हैं, मतलब जो मौलवी वगैरह होते हैं, तो वो इसको देखते हैं तो उनके हाथों से तस्बीह गिर जाती है। इसी तरह अगर कोई ड्राइवर इनको देख लेता है या कोई साइकिलिस्ट इसको देख लेता है, तो वो मतलब ड्राइवर्स की एक्सीडेंट्स हो जाते हैं, साइकिल अपनी साइकिल से गिर जाता है। सो शी इज़ दैट काइंड ऑफ ब्यूटिफुल लेडी, क्लियर। शी captivates men of all kind of backgrounds, uh, just because of her sexual appeal, clear. No daginate den da like بديرة خايستا ده وبس بوسن شدينه ده خد كش الدماء كيف تكريتك ده. Her effect is not limited to Indian and Pakistani men, right? Like she does not only attract Pakistani and Indian men. अंग्रेज़ान ये हम चिदेनु प खपल د حسن په किसू पिसू के रागीर कड़ी थी सही था. Like she was once walking with Lenny, and on her way an Englishman, he sees them, so he stops them and tells them something about why they are walking or something like that. And Aya completely ignores her, and she बस वर्ताड़ू गया हुआ नहीं चाहिए ना. No, if you like see an English man wants to talk to you or stops you and you ignore that man, so it means that you have power, clear. No, that's actually the thing that makes her powerful, right? Lenny Lenny calls her a magnet. Like she says that Aya has the power that a magnet has over metals. The way a magnet attracts metals, Aya attracts man. Clear? So Aya ignores an Englishman. لکه دا ډیر زیات ګران کاری کنه. it's too difficult چې یو کس چې هغه ستا ماسٹر تیر شوی وي کا ماسٹر رہا ہو اور اس کو آپ جو ہے مطلب like you know in this scene, the British male who is dominant because of the power that they have, and then because he is a member of the patriarchal society, he interferes, but he is stopped by a character who is marginalized, a female character who is marginalized, right? तो बजाय इसके कि इंग्लिशमैन उस लड़की पर अपना इन्फ्लुएंस करता, लड़की ने उस पर अपना इन्फ्लुएंस कर लिया. क्लियर? So this shows that the traditional feminine submission is reduced in Bapsi Sidhwa's novel, and the women are strong enough to face anyone in the society where they are living. Clear? um, बिफोर पार्टीशन अगर हम बात करें तो जो लेनी की मदर है, शी प्लेड द रोल ऑफ अ ड्यूटीफुल वाइफ, राइट? लेट मी राइट इट. Lenny's mother played the role of a dutiful wife, right? She played a role of a dutiful wife, serving her uh, husband, and rubbing his feet when he returned from work, and managing the household. Uh, so she would do all these things before partition, right? But she begins to change her social duties, which were not actually her social duties, but she changed it during partition, the event of partition, and she started rescuing and housing women. She directly ignores the male. Those who would stop her, would warn her, she would ignore them. um, Lenny's mother would step out of the house and would cure those who were injured or abused. Clear? So while rescuing these women, uh, we see that there is a journey from submission to independence. Lenny's mother was submissive, but now she's independent, and that is the power of women that Bapsi Sidhwa shows in her novel. Clear? Um, we also see the power of Lenny's mother, sorry, godmother. Um, she's also influential. Clear? uh, like Lenny feels safe in her presence. She calls the godmother's house as heaven for her. She feels free there, she feels borderless there. And she says that the stronger bond of motherhood that she has is with godmother. So that's all about the feminist feature of the novel. There is a lot more to explore in this novel. Stay with me. Thank you very much. Have a very lovely time.